They, they say a wounded animal is a dangerous animal. I was wounded today. Let's leave it at that. I was wounded today. And so I thought that I would take it out on the engine. Dvigatel. That's Russian for engine, internal combustion engine. Dvigatel. 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 I'm not talking about that kind of engine. I'm talking about an artificial intelligence known in the circles as an engine. I'm talking about a chess playing engine. I have one on my iPad that I think the server's probably feeding it. It's probably playing somewhere around. Magnus Carlsen is the reigning chess champion. I think he's rated somewhere, I want to say 2,700 plus. At that point, it gets kind of hard because you're on the top of the heap, you know. And so you don't have, good yardsticks because you're at the top. But he's guesstimated to be rated. There's nobody he can mathematically pair off against. Okay, it's very numeric. It's chess. Okay, it's anal. So his rating, I think, is 2,700 plus. I want to say. I probably on my best day probably played 2,100 or so. An average wood push, a wood pusher, we would call it a Sunday player, would probably come in with a rating somewhere around 1,700, something like that, 1,800 maybe if they were strong. I've played near master level on my best days. It's like 2,200, I think. I was wounded today, and so I thought I would take it out on the chess engine. I like playing black. It is said that in a perfect world, white would always win because white has a one move advantage. I like playing black and defending. So I thought I would have it go at the AI today. Somebody was going to pay. Something was going to pay for my hurt. And I played the black pieces, but I took the tempo, the initiative as quickly as I could. Usually pinning his king knight down. He comes out, it's playing high level. It plays king knight opening always. And so I'll try to get that white bishop out because I play d5, queen pawn. And so I try to get that white bishop out and pin that knight down so my white bishop doesn't get swallowed up for the rest of the game. Like the Russian grandmaster said, you're not even using these pieces over here. And he sweeps them off the board. Yeah. I know I got really technical. The only chess players are going to understand anything about what I just said. Strategy. But I got the initiative and I began to press the king side attack, deforming his pawn formation, winning that knight eventually and forcing him to recapture and bust up his castle pawn formation. And I pressed that king side attack. I never castled until late. And as I entered the middle game, say 25, 30 moves in, the position becomes so complex, I can no longer keep up. The permutations become too great for me. What am I, 6, 8 moves on my best days? Maybe looking 8 moves down the road. And those days are gone. This thing is looking 15 and 20 and 25 moves ahead with all of the pieces. Very quickly, in a matter of minutes, it's able to do that on its allotted time. It can move every piece in its mind and see it. and then see what my possible responses are to it. So yeah, it's like playing arithmetic, a game of arithmetic against a calculator. It's not, you're going to lose. Especially as the engines get stronger and stronger. They already dominate everything now, They have their own class, obviously, but humans will square off against the premier chess programs. It's just a question of time now until we become a nuisance. Skynet becomes self-aware. Yeah, I pressed the attack throughout, and I ran out of gas. I just kept pressing and pressing and pressing the attack. And it kept defending and defending and defending a little better and defending a little better, consolidating its position. A slow death. Why not? I experienced many of them against the AI. It's a slow death. And sometimes you're caught in this. It's not like you are even playing the game anymore. It's like you are just moving the pieces because those are the pieces that you're supposed to move, and it makes no difference because it's like a script. And both players are compelled to make the next move, the next obvious move. And that's what I kind of get into with this AI. Unless I'm having really a good day, I get into a slow death. Especially when I try to keep the attack. It is said in chess that if you launch an attack and it is unsuccessful, the ramifications, the counter attack will usually be decisive. And I believe there are many, if there are any military personnel out there that are listening that have read Sun Tzu, The Art of War, etc., they know exactly what I'm talking about. It's fact. Statistically, it's nearing a probability of 1 when you gambit, when you go all in. And that's what I did. I wanted to kill that AI. I wanted to place my hurt on it by vanquishing it. Ya побеждаю, I defeat. Not today. Today I resigned.